then we'll go back to Dan. And if not, I think what we can do is we can all salute the flag. And then Dan has some important messages from NOESA, and perhaps what we can do is continue with the rest of our program, resolve his audio, and then go back to him. How about that, Chuck? Would that be a plan?
However you'd like to handle it, Matthew. Fine with me.
Yeah, why don't we do that? Dan, you want to give your audio another try? Yeah,
we're not hearing you.
You know what we recommend, Dan? Go ahead and log off and log back on. I'm thinking that may be a solution. And then we will
Matthew,
go ahead
I can lead us in the pledge if you like.
Perfect. That's you, Russ, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead, Russ.
All right, very good. Do we have a flag that we can project?
On the
Oh, we
screen.
have one right up.
On the screen.
Okay, I would ask everyone to please stand and scout salute or hand over your heart as appropriate. Looks like everybody's up as they can be. All right, ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America,
and to the republic
for
which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know if Dan's back with us. He should be logging back on, but why don't we advance to our next presenter? And this is going to be Dan's slide, but hopefully he'll be back on momentarily, and we'll be happy to have him back on at that time. I think it's truly a modern miracle that we've been able to coalesce as many people here in one place at one time, and we're all seeing and hearing each other. I'm sure Dan will be back on very, very soon. I'm going to provide just a general overview of this evening's program, and thank you, Russ, for leading us in the salute to the flag. We have a very nice 60-minute program planned for this evening. First up will be our president's message, and we'll be hearing from Russ Christensen. We will follow with the Life Membership Awards. These will be presented by Jim Atkins, our ESA membership chairperson. Next up will be our National Outstanding Eagle Scout Awards, excuse me. All of this will be facilitated by Bruce Dool, our ESA past president, and also NOESA chairperson. We're delighted that Stan Miller, our council president, is with us. Stan will deliver the annual council message for our gathering of Eagles. Following the council message, Russ Christensen will come back on and lead us off the air with some final thoughts for the evening. It's now a great pleasure to bring forward Russ Christensen, our ESA president, who will deliver his president's message for the year. Welcome, Russ.
Great, thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. Chuck, it looks like you've got your email up. Yep, there you go. All right. Well, thank you, Matthew. And yeah, I'm thrilled to have this Gathering of Eagles event tonight, and that we could all get together. It really is a lot of fun to be able to see all the faces that we've missed, certainly over the last year. And as we've mentioned, some who have moved away and we don't get to see quite so often as we'd like. So really great that we could come together. I want to talk a little bit about the ESAA. I know most of you are really quite familiar with what we do, but I think it's important to sort of summarize what we do and how we benefit the council and the community. So the ESAA is a service organization that supports the scouting program and, as I mentioned, the local community. We're seasoned Eagle Scouts, as we can see looking around the photos here, who continue to live by the Scout Oath and the Scout Law, and we promote those beliefs through a set of programs that we run. There's a lot of different programs that the ESAA administers or executes every year. The Chuck Smith Scoutmaster of the Year Award, free scholarships that we operate, the William Duell, the Don and Marie Belcher Scholarship, and the NOESA Scholarship locally. We organize and execute the Gathering of Eagles event, this dinner here, and do that annually. We are also the NOESA representation for our council. We support the Camp Master program. We are involved in multiple service projects around the council and the community throughout the year, and continued support for the council in the broader scouting program. We want to be the extra arm and extra legs for council to help out where needed. Tonight, I want to highlight two programs that the ESAA has that is a contribution to scouting, one from this past year and one that's coming up. The first one is the ESAA face mask program. So early in the COVID shutdown, we saw a shortage of face masks available in the community. They were hard to get. You couldn't buy them. You couldn't find them, in usual places, and the supply was just very short. So to help bridge that gap, the ESAA created a program to promote face mask creation by scout units in our council for local distribution. Funds for the materials were made available through an ESAA grant program, and guidelines for construction and safety were created for consistency to be used by those units. During a time when masks were scarce, several units adopted the program, and I believe more than 200 masks were made and distributed. So we were very happy to help out in that gap period during COVID. And that's an example of how the Eagle Scout alumni is prepared to jump in when needed. The second activity I wanted to mention is coming up in about a month. So each year, the ESAA coordinates an Eagle recognition dinner for the council for new Eagles from the prior year. And of course, COVID shut us down last year, but this year we're going forward with a virtual event to honor the Eagle Scouts from 2019 and 2020. The fun thing is that this is going to be a familiar format with gathering activity, much as we have done in the past. And people that arrive early will be able to go into a handful of breakout rooms to see some demonstrations, maybe see a video of Eagle projects, other things that we're gathering together. So I hope it will be a fun gathering event for everybody who attends. And then we'll also have a mentoring program, very much like we've done in the past, where we pair up an adult with the scouts and help them on their path for their profession or their vocation. This year, we're going to do it again with Zoom breakout rooms. The idea being about 10 or so scouts and a couple of adults of common interest joining up. And we may end up with somewhere between 50 and 100 breakout rooms, which should be a fun technical challenge, but I hope it will be very effective that way. And then as usual, we'll have a couple of awards and presentations to make, and then a keynote speaker. And this year it's going to be Aaron Linsdow, who is an Eagle Scout and also a world traveler. I've heard him speak before, and I think he'll be a lot of fun to hear from him again. So this is another example of how ESAA benefits the Scouts and the Scouting program within our council, and we're happy to be of service. So in closing for my statements tonight, I just want to thank the members of the Eagle Scout Alumni Association for making these programs possible for our Scouts. So thank you very much. Now I'd like to introduce Jim Atkins, Eagle Scout Alumni Board member and membership chairperson, to outline the ESAA Life Membership Program and to introduce our 2020 Life members. Jim?
All right, thanks, Russ. I guess everyone can hear me. You have the new Life members in front of you, and I'll read their names in a minute. But as Russ said, it's quite a good program that we run through the ESAA. One thing he forgot to mention, we also do the Eagle Project of the Year. And as you know, it takes membership, it takes funds, and it takes a lot of people to get these committees going and keep them moving. And when you commit to Life membership, you're pretty much committing to helping with these committees and helping with all the stuff that we do. Even though everyone helps, everyone has to pay their dues annually. Well, these guys no longer have to pay annual dues. That's the best part about it. You don't have somebody bothering you to pay annual dues, but everyone helps out every way they can. And I hope that the awards got sent, because everyone gets a real neat little plaque, an ESAA plaque with your name on it. So congratulations, new Life members, to, I hope I pronounce all these names right, because I'm not good with names. Roman Greer, Dan, you know how to pronounce your last name. Brian Miller, Gavin Miyagawa, I think that's the way to do it. Jacob, Tom Ritz, Mark Soykot, and what's the last name? I can't see it. What happened to it? David, right? Yeah, David. Yeah, that's another one of those names. Volatastic, I think, but not being very good with names. Congratulations, you guys. If you did not get your plaque, it should be on the way. And you can see them. They're kind of sitting there in the picture off to the right. And again, congratulations. And I think we'll move on now. So it's my pleasure to introduce Bruce Doyle. Bruce is an Eagle Scout Alumni past president, and he is a National Eagle Scout Award chairperson for gathering all the inputs and getting people approved through national. So it's proud to introduce our newly inducted Eagle members. So Bruce, congratulations to you people, and Bruce is going to introduce you now. Bruce?
Thanks, Jim, and thank you for all your hard work that you're doing with the committees that you're chairing for Scoutmaster Year, Eagle Scout Project Award, etc. So really appreciate all you do. The NOESA Award has been in our council for the past decade or so, and every year we like to recognize outstanding Eagle Scouts in San Diego. They have either given service to our San Diego Council, or they have given service to the San Diego community at an outstanding level. We are able to recognize recipients based on the number of Eagle Scouts who have earned the Eagle Scout Award in our council in any one given year. So for this year, by matter of explanation, since we did not host a gathering of Eagles in October, our award winners are our 2020 award winners from the Eagle Scouts from 2019. So our council had approximately 400 or so Eagle Scouts, and we received nominations for our award winners tonight. Those nominations were reviewed by our committee, and they were voted on. And in fact, each award winner tonight was voted unanimously by our committee as an award winner. So I really want to congratulate all our award winners tonight. I'm really looking forward to hearing from them. I want to express my appreciation for the nominators who wrote up all their qualifications, and the qualifications of our award winners are really truly outstanding, not only to scouting, but their contributions to the community and their outstanding workplace accomplishments. So with that said, I will turn it over to our first, I will talk about our first recipient, who is Will Hage, and he will actually be introduced by Stan Miller, our San Diego Council president. Stan, take it away.
That, there we go. Will Hage is a fellow scouter and also a neighbor, most deserving Outstanding Eagle Scout Award recipient, and happy to see Will part of this. The little bit of background about Will. Will currently serves as the troop committee chair for Troop 500, Scouts BSA troop. It's about a 40+ boy troop, and it is chartered by the Point Loma Rotary. And prior to that, he also served as a committee chair of PAC 546, also chartered by the same Rotary. And another great thing about Will is that I get to see him regularly as a fellow board member of the executive board of the San Diego Imperial Council, and also at the neighborhood coffee shop. So that's probably the most important thing. And Will continues to really exemplify scouting via volunteer efforts in his church with other local nonprofits. As a Boy Scout, he also received the Presbyterian Church Religious Emblem Award. And recently, as an adult scouter, he received an award from Rotary International for his service to scouting, as well as the community of San Diego. Outside of scouting, Will is an elder at Point Loma Community Presbyterian Church and a member of the San Diego Yacht Club. Professionally, Will operates a financial planning practice in La Jolla. And scouting family, he and his wife, Nicole, 2 children. Daughter Riley is a member of Scouts BSA Troop 555 and Crew 500. And Ryan is a member of Troop 500. So it's an honor to introduce Will. And Will, I am pleased to turn it over to you now for some acceptance remarks. Please, Will.
Oh, Stan, thank you. This is, I have my fan club in the background. I don't know if you heard them, but this is quite an honor. And not only is it an honor to receive this award, but it's an honor to followed by pound. With many of these other esteemed members who are receiving the award tonight. You have not entered. As well as those who have received this in the past. So thank you, Stan. Thank you, Bruce, Sean. This is a great honor for me. And I think most importantly, thanks to my wife, Nicole, and my 2 kids, as well as my parents, Bonnie and Scotty. Without their involvement in scouting, I wouldn't be here today. So, you know, most people believe that being an Eagle Scout is the end of the journey. But the reality is, for those of us who are Eagle Scouts, we realize that it's really just the beginning of the journey. It's so important that, you know, we continue the 12 points of the Scout Law as we go through life and in both our personal life, our professional life. But it's also important that we become an advocate to scouting. And for me, that's the way I've taken, I've handled myself as an Eagle Scout is to be an advocate at all levels. I truly believe that we would live in a different society today if all youth had the opportunity to be a part of scouting. Not that they all have to be Eagle Scouts, but to be exposed to scouting, to be exposed to the outdoors. I just truly believe that the program that we support would have a major impact on our society today. So again, I just want to thank everybody for the honor. I look forward to continuing to serve on the association and assist how I can.
Yay.
Good job, Will. Thank you, and congratulations, Will. I'm going to introduce Dan if his audio issues are cleared up. Dan, give a thumbs up if you're okay.
I'm on my phone.
All right, Dan, it's working. So Dan will be introducing Paul Honeycutt. So go ahead, Dan.
Hey, Dan, you're going to need to mute your computer so we stop getting a feedback.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
that'll take care of it.
Okay, how's that?
Can you
Is that
mute
okay?
Can you mute your computer?
Sure. How's that? Better?
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay. Okay. Am I doing Paul? Paul? I've known Paul Honeycutt
Yes.
since 2008. We were interviewing applicants to be chosen as Scoutmasters for the 2010 National Jamboree. Paul's demeanor, his credentials, presentation were all very favorable, and he was selected as one of our Scoutmasters for the Centennial 2010 National Jamboree. But I have to say, all of that on paper was an insufficient, inadequate profile of the man I came to know in real life. In other words were not enough. Paul Honeycutt is an Eagle Scout. He has a bronze and a gold palm. He has served 12 plus years as Scoutmaster for Troop 616. He served as Jamboree Council Scoutmaster multiple times. Paul's a Silver Beaver recipient. Paul's been awarded the Wood Badge for the 21st century, the Scoutmaster Award of Merit, the Scout Leaders Training Award, the Scoutmaster's Key, the Order of the Arrow Vigil Honor, the James E. West Fellowship Award, and the District Award of Merit. Outside of scouting, Paul is a dedicated, long-time community volunteer. The Scripps Ranch Civic Association named Paul Volunteer of the Year for 2013 and 2014, and Distinguished Volunteer in 2016. He continues to serve on the board for the Scripps Ranch Civic Association. Paul has coached the Scripps Ranch Soccer League, the Scripps Ranch Softball League, the Girl Scout Basketball League, the National Junior Basketball League, and has been a manager and coach for the Scripps Ranch Little League. But that's not enough. In 2016, Paul received the President's Lifetime Achievement Award for his longtime commitment to building a stronger nation through volunteer service, and the award was signed by President Barack Obama. Paul's entire life has been one of service. He has served as a naval aviator, flying from the decks of aircraft carriers and flying at the former Miramar Top Gun School. When Paul retired from the Navy, he built a career as a financial advisor named Honeycutt Smith and Associates. Paul is married to his wife, Susie. They have 2 children. His daughter, Lauren, served as a Navy nurse, and his son, Christopher, who I've had the pleasure of meeting on a number of occasions. Oh, something got in my way there, sorry. On a number of occasions, is also an Eagle Scout and is following his dad's footsteps as a naval aviator. Last I heard, Christopher is flying F-18 Super Hornets. Paul and I have become friends over these years, and I am more than proud to present this National Outstanding Eagle Scout Award to you. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Honeycutt.
Yes, thank you, Dan, for the kind introduction. Thank you, Matthew and Russ and the Eagle Scout Alumni Association for selecting me as a NOESA Outstanding Eagle Scout. Scouting is needed now more than ever, and I'm glad to be part of the scouting movement. Our children are suffering from a nature deficit disorder, and scouting gives them an opportunity to get outdoors and experience nature. As Richard Love writes in The Last Child in the Woods, a growing body of research links our mental, physical, and spiritual health directly to our association with nature. Hiking, backpacking, and camping refresh our spirit. I also see how scouting teaches our youth how to look an adult in the eye and give a firm handshake. So many of our youth communicate by text now. They don't even know their cell phone has a voice feature. Calling for a Scoutmaster Conference is an almost insurmountable hurdle, but we teach our scouts how to do it. One of the aims of scouting is leadership development. When I conduct a Scoutmaster Conference for STAR, the first rank where we expect leadership from our scouts, I ask the scouts to read an excerpt from the Secretary of Defense, Robert Gates' commencement speech he gave to the Naval Academy in 2011. He covers 7 key qualities. And I have the scouts read each paragraph and circle the key word or phrase. Mr. Gates states that for a real leader, personal virtues, self-reliance, self-control, honor, truthfulness, morality are absolute. These are the building blocks of character, of integrity, and only on that foundation can real leadership be built. I asked the scout to post that excerpt by his desk and refer to it frequently. I am often reminded of Ronald Reagan's quote, "There is no limit of the amount you can do if you don't care who gets the credit." I have learned over the years that people will assist you in attaining your vision if you make sure you give them the credit. Thank you for giving me the credit tonight. I appreciate it. I'd also like to thank my lovely wife, Susie, for supporting me through my scouting journey. And I'm also thankful that my son, Christopher, is on the call tonight and participating in this recognition ceremony. I'm very proud of Christopher for his accomplishments as an Eagle Scout and as a naval aviator. Thank you very much and good night.
Thank you, Paul, and congratulations. And thank you, Dan, our immediate past president, for that introduction. Next up is Dennis Pate, and he will be introduced by Jim Atkins. Jim, take it away.
All right. I don't see my picture, but I see Dennis. First off, before I get too much further, let me say that Dennis, thank you for everything you've done to help me and everything you helped my sons. Dennis was my son's Eagle counselor for when both my sons went up for Eagle Scouts. So thank you for everything you've done for my sons and me. Dennis is an Eagle Scout from 1968. Rear Admiral, retired. You don't beat 1968 yet. He's a little older. Dennis spent some time in the Army after he made Eagle Scout, and he worked in the Transatlantic Council, which is Far East is over in Japan and stuff. Transatlantic is Europe. And while Dennis was stationed in Germany, he actually did a lot of volunteering with the Transatlantic Council, even though he spent a lot of time with Patriot missile defense down in Africa and many other places. But I know his son got his start in scouting over in the Transatlantic Council, which is pretty neat. My son also started in the Transatlantic Council in Sicily. So anyway, Dennis has done a lot with scouting. As people know, he's one of our past presidents. Not only for our ESAA, but he went back to Michigan after he retired and kind of rejuvenated their Eagle Scout Alumni Association and's got it going and moving and really up to speed. And I know Greg Deering went out there and was a speaker at one of their dinners about a year ago. So I know Dennis is still working hard and staying busy. He, like I say, Eagle Scout, he was a commissioner for our district. He is the Silver Beaver. He has a wood badge. He also went to the National Jamboree as an assistant scoutmaster, I believe it was. And he's also gone and worked the Merit Badge Midway and many other things. Like I say, he's been very instrumental in the council with stuff, but in our district, he was the Merit Badge counselor. He was the Eagle Project counselor. He was also the Eagle Board of Review coordinator for many years. In fact, as a good lawyer, he found somebody to replace him, and now I do it. But Dennis, thank you for everything you've done for scouting, and you really do deserve this award. And I want to thank you again and congratulations. And whenever you're ready, you jump right in there. Okay.
Well, thanks, Jim. I'd like to wish everybody a good evening. It's been so nice to see everybody. I'm just tickled pink that I get to see all your shining faces out there from far away. Technology is wonderful. I am extremely proud to have been selected as a National Outstanding Eagle Scout. It's been an honor to work with my fellow Eagles at the Eagle Scout Alumni Association. You guys are the best. Also with the various scouts, scouters, and the professional staff at the San Diego Imperial Council over the years. I joined the council in '94, and I, just left there not that long ago. And over the years, we always had some pretty darn good, great district executives to work with. And I always enjoyed working with the guys on the staff, guys and gals. I want to thank my family for their support over the years. All you guys know how that is. It's just an hour a week, right? Well, we all know it's more. And we spend a lot of time out there doing things. And as Jim indicated, I did the Eagle Boards for 10 years. And that was just, on the side, I was an assistant scoutmaster for Greg Deering. And that was, just so much fun over about the 25 years I did that for. All the jamborees, all the fun things. I want to thank Jim Atkins for that fine introduction. Thank you, Jim. I also want to thank Greg and Janet Deering and the Scouts and Scouters of Troop 355 and the Magnolia and Heartland districts. I want to thank you for all the wonderful memories that we have from the many great scouting adventures that we shared. And to Stan Miller, who knew in 2001 at the National Jamboree, while we were watching the river flowing through our tent that we shared while on staff, that 20 years later that you'd be the council president and you'd get to sign my NOESA award. Thanks, Stan.
Exactly. Thanks, Don.
Scouting is an extremely great program. And right now, as Paul Honeycutt was saying, it's an extremely valuable program to the youth of America. We need this program. We need it to continue. The pandemic is going to end. And when it does, in-person scouting is going to start, and the youth need us. As you guys know, once an eagle, always an eagle. And I challenge you guys to scout on. So thank you very much and good night.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis, and congratulations. And
Thank you.
thank you also, Jim, for that introduction. And I would like to introduce next our fourth recipient, John Shotwell, and he will be introduced by Matthew Paredes, our ESAA second vice president. Matthew.
Thank you, Bruce. And once again, welcome to all of the San Diego and Imperial Council board members and staff and others in attendance. And what can I say? It is with great honor to recognize John Shotwell for the National Outstanding Eagle Scout Award. I've prepared a bit of a biograph on John's scouting experience that highlights many, not all, of the efforts that John has been involved with throughout his scouting career, but here we go. John was a youth in Troop 384 in Santee, California, earning the Eagle Scout Award in 1985. He was active as a scout in his unit, district, and in the Order of the Arrow. He served on day camp staff and camporee staff, along with serving as chapter chief for 2 years. He is a vigil member of the Order of the Arrow. John has served in various troops and positions as an adult, assistant scoutmaster of Troop 384, scoutmaster of Troop 363 in El Cajon, camporee chair for the Heartland District, unit commissioner, roundtable commissioner, assistant district commissioner, and district commissioner. He is currently serving in the following positions: unit commissioner for the Sequoia Council and assistant area commissioner for Area 6 of the Southern Region. John has earned the Scouters Training Award, Commissioner's Key, District Committee Key, Distinguished Commissioner Award, Scoutmaster's Award of Merit, District Award of Merit, the Silver Beaver Award, the Marvin M. Lewis Award from the Benevolent and Protective Order of the Elks for his work in scouting, the Philmont Training Center Master Track Award, the Alumni Award, and John also holds a doctorate in Commissioner Science. John has an extensive commitment of service in Wood Badge as a participant, leader, facilitator, and coordinator. He traveled to Philmont in 2014 for the Leadership Challenge. John has for many years supported the efforts of the San Diego Imperial Council Eagle Scout Alumni Association, as you all know, ESA, serving as president, supporting recognition programs, and providing vital leadership for digital communication initiatives and efforts. He has coordinated superb oversight to the Belcher and Dual College scholarships, the Scoutmaster of the Year program, and National Outstanding Eagle Scout Awards. Annually, John has brought together fellow ESA board members in fellowship to acknowledge the San Diego Imperial Council staff with a goodwill barbecue. John is a Dutch oven chef extraordinaire. John has annually designed, auctioned, and facilitated a Dutch oven dinner to benefit the San Diego and Imperial Council. He has coalesced a team of ESA board members to prepare and serve a sumptuous multi-course dinner accompanied by a live bluegrass trio, which is always facilitated by Janet and Greg Deering. John is an avid backpacker. He has completed a Philmont trek with his troop and a Sierra Trek. John currently works at a medical software company as a help desk technician and has been married to his wife, Erica, since August of 2015. He has a stepson, Alex, who is 25 years old, who is an Eagle Scout and graduate of Nottingham Trent University, and who currently is in a PhD program at Cambridge University. He also has a stepdaughter, Katie, who is 21, a graduate of Hawaii Pacific University, who is pursuing a career in veterinary medicine. It is my sincere honor to introduce John as a distinguished National Outstanding Eagle Scout. His years of dedication and service to the San Diego Imperial Council, and more importantly, to the sound development of our youth, is most evident. Now, John would like to share some acceptance remarks with us all. John.
Thank you, Matthew. I am very grateful, I'm very humbled, and I'm very honored to be recognized with this award. First, I'd like to thank my wife, Erica, for all of her support. I love you.
Me too.
My parents, Barbara Gottschalk and John Shotwell. I'd also like to thank Daryl Timon, who years ago recruited me into Boy Scout Troop 384 when I was a youth. And then I had my mentors when I was a youth, Paul McNamara and Bob Triplett. To thank my great scouting friends, Mike Fireline, Michelle Generazzo, and Mike Philbrook. I would also like to thank the Eagle Scout Alumni Association of San Diego Imperial Council for honoring me and for all the great work this group does. They are an example to other councils on how an Eagle Scout alumni group should be run. I know that Dennis, myself, and a couple other of our members have taken the guidelines and how we run our organizations to other councils and instituted those and to get the groups up and running. As a youth, I got a lot out of scouting, most of which I didn't realize until I was older. And ever since then, I've been trying to pay back what it gave me by trying to make the experiences of our youth having scouting to be memorable and life-changing. And I found that this just incurs more debt when I see them become great adults. There are some who would tell me, you will forever be indebted. And to that I say, yes, isn't it wonderful? I wish to thank all of you again, and also for this award, and also congratulate my fellow recipients, Will Hage, Dennis Pate, Paul Honeycutt, and Jeff Tyler, and congratulations to you, and thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Hey, John.
Thank you so much, John, and congratulations. And thank you so much for all your service to our San Diego Imperial Council and especially to our Eagle Scout Alumni Association. I don't think that our webinar attendees really have any idea of how much work John put into our association. He had his hands in everything. I don't think we've still been able to replace him. So congratulations again to John and to Eric as well. So I'd like to introduce next our fifth recipient, Jeff Tyler, and he will be introduced by Marvin Heinz. Marvin.
Good evening, everybody. I'm glad you all could be here. I'd like to introduce Robert Jeffrey Tyler. Jeff Tyler has had careers that epitomize service to both his community and his country. An accomplished naval officer who commanded at sea, a successful manufacturing leader, and a real estate agent, he has consistently lived the Scout Oath, serving his nation, his church, and his community in many different ways. His volunteer efforts in his church with local nonprofit organizations such as Rotary International, the Coronado Historical Association, the Model T Club of San Diego, the Coronado Hospital Foundation, and most recently as an appointed commissioner to the Coronado Arts Commission, have consistently made his community a better place to live. Some of the accomplishments of the Cultural Arts Commission during Jeff's time that should be noted is the creation of a community cultural plan Coronado creates, the installation of 31 new public art pieces, including my favorite, First Ashore, the Naked Warrior, which honors UDT people. And then the placement of 3 pianos around Coronado so people can sit a spell and play a tune. True to his scouting roots, Jeff has championed scouting by leading a Coronado Rotary Committee for the past decade that helps Eagle and Gold Scout candidates fund their projects. Jeff truly lives the Scout Oath and Law. Over 60 years after earning his Eagle Award in Troop 108 in Connecticut, Jeff Tyler is still making positive long-term impacts on his community. I'd like to introduce Jeff Tyler, National Eagle Scout Association Outstanding Eagle Scout Award honoree. Jeff?
Okay, I'm unmuted. All right, Marvin, thank you so much for that introduction, and good evening again. I'm Jeff Tyler, and it's hard to believe that 61 years ago was when I made my Eagle Scout. I also am with the National Eagle Scout Association member since 1977, Order of the Arrow, Alpha Phi Omega, and for the past 14 years with the Rotary Club of Coronado, arranging support for 42 Eagle projects. Thank you for my selection as one of the Imperial Council National Outstanding Eagle Scout Award honorees for 2020. And most certainly my thanks to fellow Rotarian Eagle Scout and Coronado City Council member Marvin Hines, who serves with me on the Rotary Committee for Scouting Support and nominated me. I'm also pleased to recognize the 42 Eagle Scouts from Coronado Troops 801 and 806 for their Eagle projects, who received approximately $24,000 from the Rotary Club of Coronado over the last 14 years. Since 1960, I've also enjoyed a few years as a Scoutmaster in Groton, Connecticut and Bonita, California. And my thanks to my wife, Candace, for her support for the myriad of Coronado nonprofit organizations that I volunteered for. Following my 1960 Eagle Award and high school graduation, I attended the 1960 National Jamboree in Colorado Springs, Philmont Scout Ranch, University of Connecticut, University of Washington, with degrees in oceanography and geology, National University with a master's degree in computer information systems. And as Marvin noted, I had a 23-year U.S. Navy submarine career with command and qualification as a U.S. Navy diver, and 20 years with a public San Diego electronics company, including division president. My wife and I travel and cruise extensively, enjoy hiking. We just got back from Yosemite 2 weeks ago, and have 4 children, all married with children, and who are employed as a firefighter engineer, professional artist, photographer, a college department head for ESL, and a U.S. Army Airborne Ranger engineer colonel at the Pentagon. Again, to everybody, thank you so much for your selection as one of the Imperial Council NOESA honorees for 2020.
That was nice, Marvin.
Thank you very much, Jeff. And I want to express my gratitude on behalf of the ESA board to Bruce for his leadership, his work in coalescing these 5 outstanding members of our scouting community for their recognition as National Outstanding Eagle Scouts. As you can see by the statements that were presented by the individuals that introduced them, and also by their acceptance remarks, they are truly living the Scout Oath and living up to what being an Eagle is all about. And I give my congratulations to each one and their families. It's now my pleasure to bring forward our San Diego Imperial Council Board President, Stan Miller, who is going to deliver his annual council address for our gathering of Eagles. Stan, thank you very much for joining us.
Matthew, thank you very much, and congratulations on a wonderful event this evening. And it's just a fantastic group of honorees. And I think all our honorees and everyone here would be happy to hear about something I saw earlier today. And that is upon visiting Camp Fiesta Island, I saw youth actually engaged in a program, a BSA program. It's been a long time, but we have the council has a Trailblazer camp running now for 3 weeks with over 30 participants, and also an Eagle camp running for 3 weeks with over 40 participants, boys and girls. So fantastic to see that. And of course, it's fantastic to see it because of what we've been through for the last several months, right? I mean, we started last year in January 2020, just to give a brief review of where we've been. In January, we started the year off down about 25% membership because of the LDS decision. And then the following month, in February, National BSA filed Chapter 11. You all know all about that and the reasons behind it. And we're still dealing with that and we hope that will be finalized and finished by the end of summer, early fall. That is taking a considerable amount of time for a lot of people behind the scenes, but progress is being made and we're hopeful. We made some decisions, last year, actually pre-COVID, we made a decision not to hold summer camp at Mattagway. And why was that decision made? It was due to lack of demand for the camp. And we would have been faced with running it really at a loss, given the number of people, youth that were signed up for it. So we all know that membership is on decline nationally as well as locally. There are some rays of light there. Come back to that in a minute. And then, of course, the third event that happened very early in the year, a year ago this month, was COVID. And of course, we had to make some very difficult decisions in our council at that time because summer camp was canceled and our revenue stream was impacted significantly. So as you all know, those decisions resulted in some staff reductions. We were at about 25 staff about a year ago, and now I think we're at 5.5 right now. So it's considerable change there. We also, it was necessary for us to do an interfund loan last year, and that was about a 6-figure amount, and those monies have been spent, and that interfund loan remains on our books. So we want to begin to chip away at that and begin to pay that back. We're fortunate to report that we did apply for the PPP. So the council has received that funding, and that has, in many ways, has saved our bacon, let's face it. We know that some councils in the country, around the country, are struggling, and some maybe have made decisions to kind of turn out the lights and lock the doors. Well, we don't have any plans for that here. We plan to make it through this, and with your help, we'll do that. And I will say also, when I say with your help, the volunteers have been fantastic. With the change in staff, the volunteers have stood up in a super way. It's been unbelievable. The rays of light that we see, we saw earlier this year with the historic event, the first female Eagle Scouts. This is a whole new market for us and the family scouting program. And this is an opportunity as we go forward to grow the program with new constituents. We have a new camp that's coming online. Some of you know this, Camp Asher down in the South County. Long time need to have such a facility in that location, in that area. And Supervisor Greg Cox, County Supervisor Greg Cox, a great friend of our council, wanted to partner with SDIC for that program. So that is ready to come on board soon. We're just finishing touches on some furnishings and signage, and that'll be open for business. So we are, by the way, if any of you, to be honest, if you're interested in helping out, there are a lot of ways to do that. We're standing up a new customer care team at the council service center, manning phones, the front counter. We're also looking for camp masters to support activities there, range masters working in scouting shooting sports. So there are lots of opportunities. And so reach out to, I know on the call today, our key three. Many thanks to Dick Kelly serving as our council commissioner, and Sean, and of course Carl is on the call today too. And we have a fantastic staff. So in conclusion, once again, congratulations to everyone. Thanks for the opportunity to give you a bit of an update about what's been happening here in our council, and what a little bit of the view going forward. Next up, I would like to turn it back over to NOESA President Russ Christensen for some parting thoughts as we close the program this evening. So Russ, over to you.
Great, thanks, Dan. I wanted to jump in for a second and ask Matthew if we wanted to go back to Dan and give
Yes.
him a couple minutes to go through
Yes.
his thoughts. Great,
Yes,
let's do that.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, I wanted to say thank you to Stan, and we're grateful for you setting aside your evening to be with us. And as you mentioned, times are indeed challenging, and you have given us enthusiasm and words of wisdom to carry on into the months and years ahead. And yes, indeed, we will look to and we will celebrate those rays of light that you have highlighted. So thank you very much for being with us this evening, Stan. Yes, as Russ mentioned, we want to go back to Dan Mazzella. He has some important updates from our National Eagle Scout Association. And Dan, you're back with us, right?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I think we can hear you pretty well. And are you able to mute the computer?
Is that better?
That's perfect.
Okay.
The audio is perfect. Thank you so much for
Okay.
jumping back
All
with
right.
us.
Got it. Well, thank you for these, the patience for these technical failures on my part. I won't get into how it happened, but I know how it happened. You've asked me to provide a report on the National Eagle Scouting Alumni Association. I can tell you this, NOESA is alive and well and in good shape right now. You wanted me to give a report on where we are and where we're going. Where we are right now this year, 2021, we're issuing, NOESA is issuing $450,000 to $500,000 in college scholarships nationwide. Last week, on Saturday, the Western region, which is what we are part of, the Western region, we did our scholarship review over dozens of applications. The applications were very enheartening. They were really encouraging to see this next generation of Eagle Scouts and where they hope to be. Now, and I can tell you, along the Western region, the whole NOESA crew was very upbeat. The morale was very high. And that was ranging from participants from here in San Diego up to Montana. However, BSA is going through a reorganization, as you know. And in May, that reorganization should be implemented. The map you're looking at is what the reorganization is planned to be. Right now, we have 4 regions. We're in the Western region. In May, those regions are going to be dissolved, and there will be 16 national service territory. And you'll see they're numbered. We are in national service territory number 3. And you can see it virtually covers all of California. There's a part of California up by Lake Tahoe that's not in our 3rd NST region. And that's in National Service Territory number 2, which is sort of like the Mountain Time Zone. Anyway, I can say that BSA National is very much committed to NOESA. They have been conveying to NOESA that we are a part of a vital resource for them for the rejuvenation of BSA once the reorganization is implemented. Now, I don't want to take up any more of your time, but please stay tuned. I can tell you that BSA National is geared up for the next generation of Scouts, and NOESA is a vital part of that plan. Thank you. And Matthew, I'll turn it back over to you. I'm sorry for this technical glitch earlier on, and I hope this gives you a little bit of an update. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan, and I appreciate your patience and bearing with us. The audio worked out perfectly. So we appreciate you giving us that NOESA update, and I wanted to inform all of the people that are participating this evening, in addition to all of the people that may view this broadcast on demand through a link, that Dan's map of the newly established regions by NOESA will be available digitally for you to take a closer look. And additionally, there is another document that will be available in an archive fashion, and that is the announcement for the Eagle Scout celebration coming up in the following month. Additionally, you can also go to the ESA website, which is highlighted at the bottom of this slide, for further information on ESA activities and other monthly information that we regularly update, thanks to our webmaster, Chuck, who is, as I mentioned, been our webmaster and Zoom master for this evening. So before we sign off, I want to thank Chuck once again. I also want to thank my wife, Virginia, who is joining us today. And at this point, I'd like to turn it back over to Russ, who will provide us with some closing remarks. Russ.
Great, thank you, Matthew. What a wonderful night tonight. So I want to congratulate again the NOESA award recipients and thank them for their long-standing service to our council and to our communities. I also wanted to thank Bruce Duell for overseeing the process for these awards. And also want to give a special thank you to Matthew Paredes for orchestrating this event today, and as he does or has for several years. So great job, Matthew. So to close out, I wanted to mention that I was talking to another scouter the other day, And I mentioned to them that I thought that, you know, with everything that's happened over the last year, that actually I think that scouting is really at the beginning of a renaissance period. You know, I think we've been through lots of challenges this year, both individually and in our scouting lives. But I see a foundation for, you know, for a new and stronger program. You know, one of the great things that I've seen, my son is an Eagle Scout and he's a den leader with a pack in Escondido. So I have a grandson who is a Wolf Scout. And part of what I see there is that his pack and the associated troop and most pack troops, teams, and crews throughout the council have figured out how to maintain their programs, you know, through the COVID period, and they're preparing for resumption of an outdoor program that they've missed so much over the last year. So, you know, part of that renaissance is to, you know, to be able to rebuild and you know, re-energize around the traditional scouting program. I see that coming. You know, one of the other great things is that our adult volunteers, I think, have really stepped up to help the executive staff. Stan was mentioning that there are several positions that are being opened up now to help with phone calls and other things at council to sort of bridge the gap through our staffing changes there. And this is something that the ESAA can do, but more broadly, the other adults in our council are stepping up. And I see that as a great example of scouting in our community. Another new thing that Stan mentioned was about the first female Eagle Scouts. We've seen that you know, that come out of the expansion really of our program a couple of years ago to include girls and young ladies into our traditional scouting program. I think it's long overdue, and I think it's having our first female Eagle Scouts now coming through is the fruit of that change in the program. You know, we mentioned some of the other facilities. Camp Basher is now coming online, and that's another great opportunity for growth and new experiences within our council. So, and you know, even using Zoom and some of the other new remote learning tools or meeting tools has in a way been a benefit to bring us together when we couldn't otherwise be together. And that's I think we'll be able to use those tools even as we're allowed to be face-to-face in the future. So another great optimism for the growth of scouting. So these are all great accomplishments, and yet we still have work to do. That's what we do. We're Eagle Scouts. So I challenge each of you to continue to serve your community and the scouting program, just as you have since that first day that you said the Scout Oath and the Scout Law. Thanks for joining tonight, and wanted to mention that we are planning to have our next Gathering of Eagles event in November, as Matthew mentioned earlier. We're targeting either November 3rd or November 10th. So watch for those dates coming up in a few months. So we hope to see you then. Have a great evening, and thanks so much for joining. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night. Thank you.
All right.
On.
I'm one of those guys that hangs on until everybody else is gone, you know. No, you hang up first.
Thanks, Russ. Nice job, Matthew.
Yeah, thanks, everyone. Thanks, Chuck.